As you start working on your reflective essay and you start thinking about what you want to write, you might be puzzled. Okay, I'm writing about a very personal experience. How do I use a scholarly source or several scholarly sources to help me put this essay together as required in the assignment? And it's actually quite simple. So let's say I want to write about a trip I took to the Philippines some years ago that had an impact on my life. So I'm not going to find a scholarly source that talks about my experience or me specifically, but there are going to be hundreds of sources out there that I can use to help me do this reflection. For example, so I'm going to go in here on Google and I'm going to go to Google Scholar. And I'm going to click on Google Scholar. Now, this is how researchers and professors and graduate students find research information all the time. There's not a big secret to it. So let's say I want to look up something that helps me reflect on my experience in the Philippines. And I just want to do something like value of travel to life experience. I don't know. Let's see what that comes up with. Okay, right off the top, boom, the educational benefits of travel experiences. So I'm going to go open this up. And here is, there's a whole big, happens to be a review of literature on various research on the value of travel, the educational benefits of travel. Now, this one is locked, but going through the CEI library, I can probably get it. So they're just this. Not only is this a scholarly source in itself, it connects to other scholarly sources, and so in one search, I have found potentially, 10, 12 different scholarly sources I can use. And then I simply think about, okay, how would I bring this into my essay? Well, it's actually quite simple. You might start a paragraph that says, research indicates that travel has significant educational benefits. And then you follow that with a citation. You don't even have to use a quote from the research, although you can. You don't even have to be specific about what the research says. All you need to say is, research has shown that there are educational benefits to travel. And then you can talk about the educational benefits of your travel. Or if I'm writing about my experience to the Philippines, I've never been to the Philippines for what it's worth, but so I want to talk about what I learned, how that was an educational experience for me. That now I get right back into my experience. All I'm doing is saying research has said that travel can be educational, and here was my educational experience when I went to the Philippines some years ago. That is all you need to be doing. You can go beyond that into, as I said, quoting specifically from the research. But basically, what I want to see is that you have gone beyond just thinking about it and you've done some additional research that takes you outside yourself so that you can have a different perspective on what your experience was and why it was important to you. So start there. If you do that and you still are struggling with how to incorporate the scholarly sources into your paper, drop me a note.